Hello everyone. This is in continuation of our series of videos in probability. This one is question number 10. It reads as box number 1 contains 5 red and 6 blue balls. Box 2 contains 6 red and 4 blue balls. A ball is drawn at random from box 1 and is transferred to box 2. Now from box 2, a ball is drawn at random. What is the probability that it is red in color? So that means here we are talking about two different boxes. Let's say this is box 1 and let's say this is box 2. Box 1 has got 5 red balls and 6 blue balls. Box 2 contains 6 red balls and 4 blue balls. Now, the first event, what is happening is a ball is drawn at random from box 1 and is transferred to box 2. So let me say, let capital A is equal to event of drawing a ball from box 1 and transferring it to box 2. Okay. And I will say, since ultimately we are interested in the color to be red. So let me add one more here, event of drawing a red ball. A red ball from box 1 and transferring it to box 2. Means when I draw from this box 1, it can be a red ball also, it can be a blue ball also. So I am considering event A as red ball. Then I will define one more event of drawing a blue ball from box 1 and transferring it to box 2. Right. So third event I will define as about the second event. Means event of drawing a red ball. That is what is our favorable event. Event of drawing a red ball from box 2. So what is the question? The question is actually to find out what is the probability of C. So let me move on to the next page. So we'll say we are going to continue this. Yes. So we are supposed to find what is probability of C. So when C can happen? Only after either A or this B happens. Means I can say probability of C is nothing but either probability of A and C or probability of B and C. Because only after either of these events, whether A should happen or B should happen, then only C can happen. It is like probability of A and C or B and C. Now, if we again look into this, if this event A happens, it will avoid event B to happen, or if event B happens, it will avoid A to happen. Same is the case if you look into this, if this happens, means if A and C happens, it will prevent this to happen. So I can rewrite this as probability of A intersection C, because there is an and over there, and this one is union because there is an R over there, intersection C. Now already we discussed if this joint event happens, it will prevent this joint event to happen, or if this joint event happens, it will prevent this joint event to happen. That means those two joint events are mutually exclusive. So I can write it as probability of A intersection C plus probability of B intersection C. Let me properly write this intersection. Okay. So here I will say since A and C and B and C are mutually exclusive. Now, the next step is to understand about this A and C. Are they dependent or independent? Of course, they are dependent. Reason is this C will change after this A happens because a ball is getting transferred and going to the box 2. So that means A and C are definitely dependent on each other. Next question is which event is occurring first? Naturally, A is going to occur first. So this using the multiplication rule of probability of for dependent event, this can be written as probability of A multiplied by, multiplied by probability of C, given that A has already happened. Means it becomes a conditional probability because they are dependent events. Same way here B and C are also dependent because C will have an effect of B. Whatever getting transferred, if it is like B, then it will have an increase of number of balls in the box 2. So which one is going to happen first? Of course, B will happen first. So I will write probability of B multiplied by probability of C, given that B has already happened. Now, let us see what is probability of A. What is A? A is event of drawing a red ball from box 1, right, and transferring it to box 2. So basically here we are choosing out of these 11 balls, we are going to choose one red ball. How many red balls are there? There are 5 red balls. So probability of A will become, I can write it here itself. Probability of A is nothing but 5 out of 11. Right. Now what is probability of B means? It is the event of drawing a blue ball, means from box 1. Out of these 11 balls, you are supposed to draw one blue ball. How many blue balls are there? There are 6 blue balls. That means this will be 6 by 11. Now, what do we mean by probability of A given C? It means that what is, I should write, not this, just a minute. Okay, let us do it in that next page only. There is no space here. Okay, let us finish it only till this A and B calculations. Means I wrote probability of A, what is probability of B? Let me move on. Right. So probability of A already we arrived at 5 by 11. So let me write that 5 by 11 here. What is this probability of C given that A has already happened? What does it mean? What is, let me write it here. What is probability of C given that A has already happened? What do you mean by that? If A happens, what is the transfer? The transfer, what is happening is one red ball. What is this? This is A. What do you mean by B happens? A transfer of one blue ball will happen. That is your event B, right? That is what it is. That means, and then choosing a ball from box that you want that to be a red ball means when I do this event A, that means one red ball is coming here and increasing the number of balls here. Means earlier it was 10 balls, now that will become 11 balls. So the denominator is 11 only. Okay. What is that you are going to choose? You are going to choose a red ball. That means out of how many? You are going to choose a red ball out of the 6 red balls, isn't it? Not 6 red balls, because now one red ball has gone up and it will become 7 red balls. Means out of 7 red balls, you are going to choose one. That means that probability will become 7 by 11. Then let's see what is the conditional probability if B happens first and then C happens? That means here one blue ball is getting transferred. Total number of balls will become again 11 balls. So let me write denominator as 11. But what is to be chosen? You have to choose a red ball. Red ball remains as 6 only. Only the blue ball is getting increased from 4 to 5. So out of that 6 red balls you are going to choose, that means that will become 6 by 11. So we have these two probabilities, conditional probabilities. One is probability of C given A, which is 7 by 11. Another one is probability of C given B, which is 6 by 11. So let us substitute the values. C given A is 7 by 11. And what is probability of B? Already we wrote. It is 6 by 11. What is probability of C given B? We just now calculated 6 by 11. So again 6 by 11 here. Now we evaluate this. The first term is 5 into 7, 35. 11 into 11, 121. The second term is 6 into 6, 36. 11 into 11, 121. Now common denominator is 121. Add the numerators, it is 71. So that is the required probability of ours, right? So this completes this particular question. Let's move on to the next question. Right. So next question is, what is the probability of getting 53 Mondays in a leap year? So we all know leap year consists of 366 days, 1 day extra which will occur in the month of February, right? So if I convert this into weeks, how it can be splitted? This can be splitted as 52 weeks. 52 weeks means how many days? So 52 into 7, so that works out to 364 days. Means this 366 days can be splitted as 52 weeks, which will have 364 days, and then the balance 2 days. That means the Mondays can be any of these 2 days only. That means this 2 days can be splitted how? It can be either a, first option is it can be either a Sunday or a Monday, or it can be, I'm sorry, not or here. Here I should write and. Yeah. So here I should write and, here I will write or. Okay. Sunday and Monday, or next one is Monday and Tuesday, or it can be Tuesday and Wednesday, or it can be Wednesday and Thursday, or it can be Thursday and Friday, or it can be Friday and Saturday, or it can be Saturday and Sunday. So those 2 days can be any of this. How many possibilities are there totally? If you look into, there are 7 all possible outcomes. 7 all possible outcomes. Okay. The question talks about Mondays. So we have to identify where this Monday is going to occur. See, only the first will have Monday, second will have Monday. That means there are only 2 possible favorable outcomes. So I can say here the required probability. Therefore, required probability is equal to, all possible outcomes is 7 outcomes, favorable outcomes is 2 outcomes. That means the answer is 2 by 7. So hope you find this solution to be a simple one. Definitely simple one compared to the previous one. Only thing here what we did is we logically listed out what are all the various possibilities and then chosen which are the favorable possibilities or favorable outcomes for us, for our question, right? So with this we end this particular video session. We'll continue further probability problems in our subsequent videos, right? So thanks a lot to all of you.